Hi, welcome back to Burbex, Brin's Urban Exploration. Today we're actually doing an episode of Burbex Background, and that's where we go back to videos that I've made in the past, locations I've been to in the past, and give you a little bit more background and a few more details. Often when I go to places, people leave comments, I found out more history, and it kind of makes it more rich. In today's episode, we're going to look at one of my very first explorations, and this was actually not in China, where I usually explore, but in Bangkok, Thailand. The building is called the Ghost Tower, which is actually an abandoned skyscraper. Recently, it's become famous again because of the rooftopper and urban explorer Ali Law.
Insane, man.
Who has more than 3 million subscribers here on YouTube. I don't have that many subscribers, but I thought we could go through his video and check out some of the details about what he says, because some of the things he says are kind of on point, but a few things a little bit more detail we can give. Don't forget, if you love urban exploration videos with a China twist, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and when you subscribe, don't forget to ding 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 that bell for great new videos from Burbex, Brin's Urban Exploration every week. Let's go. What we're going to do first of all is actually take a look at Ali Law's video. We'll go through some of the details in that to check them out, back them up or not. Then we'll actually go into my story about the Ghost Tower as well, which is exciting and a little bit sad as well, because somebody actually went exploring with to that tower recently died. So I'm a little bit sad about that. The first thing that Ali Law says in his video is that the Ghost Tower is the tallest abandoned skyscraper in the world.
Basically, we are gonna hit the tallest abandoned skyscraper in the world. It's called the Ghost Tower.
That fact he actually got wrong. It is actually the 4th tallest abandoned skyscraper in the world. The first can be found in North Korea. I dream about this place. This is my dream urban exploration. To go to North Korea and explore, wait, how do I say this? Ruiyugong, which is this tall pyramid. It's so beautiful. That actually has 105 floors compared to the Ghost Tower, which Ali Law says only has 49 floors.
It's out in Bangkok. It's 49 stories high, and look at it. We're gonna try and get up there.
That's a little bit incorrect as well. The Ghost Tower does have 49 floors, that is true, but actually where you can see Ali Law filming from on the top, there's actually another 6 floors on top of that, which gives some fantastic views of the city. But he wasn't completely wrong there. The other question is, why is this place called the Ghost Tower? I visited the tower in 2012 or 2013. At that time, you didn't have to bribe anybody to get into this location. You could just sneak in. What Ali was saying is that you actually have to bribe people to get in because the security is much more secure than before.
Literally, you can't get away with doing this anymore. I think you used to be able to, but it doesn't seem like you can get away without actually bribing the security.
Not only is the building said to be haunted, but also the Bangkok government has cracked down on people trying to get in. It's not a tourist destination. It's a very, very dangerous location, which hopefully you can see from Ali's video. The whole place is crumbling. That's because in 2014, a security guard found a body hanging between the 43rd and 44th floor.
That's fucked up, guys. Some haunted shit in the Ghost Tower. Maybe that's why it's called the Ghost Tower, eh?
It was actually a Swedish person who had gone to kill themselves. And as a result of this, not only is the building said to be haunted by the ghost of this Swedish guy, but also the Bangkok government has cracked down on people trying to get in. So generally, I would say most of what Ali said about the place was true, was genuine. Oh, another thing that Ali mentions in his video is that the Ghost Tower actually has a twin sister, which is a little bit further away. You can see it in the horizon, and that's where The Hangover was filmed. I'm not sure if it's The Hangover 1 or Hangover 2. Is 2 the one where they're in Thailand? The one where the ladyboy says, "I come in you, you come on floor." I think it's that one. So you can actually see that building in the distance, and that building from The Hangover is the twin sister of the Ghost Tower. So that's another interesting fact as well. The first time I visited the ghost tower was in early 2013. I'd been staying at a hostel in Bangkok, and just randomly sitting outside smoking and drinking, I heard somebody say, "Hey, let's go to that abandoned skyscraper." And my ears picked up. I was like, "Abandoned skyscraper? What? Where?" I said, "Let's go." There was a French guy called Adrien, a very tall guy. This guy's like Spider-Man. He's from France. And there was another guy called Shane. Shane recently died, which was quite tragic. He overdosed. He was a really special guy. When we were at the hostel, he always seemed to be surrounded by girls. His body was like a patchwork of tattoos, and every time he had like a girlfriend, he would get that girlfriend's name tattooed on his body. So obviously he was covered in tattoos. Very cool guy, very cool Canadian guy. Actually, he'd sprained his wrist or broken his wrist that day, so he was actually wearing a cast over his wrist. So we all planned to go to the ghost tower together. We were all a little bit drunk, a little bit high as well when we went. And we arrived at the base of the ghost tower. But the base of the ghost tower is basically impenetrable. There's no way to get in. Ali makes it look very easy, but it's very difficult to get into that building. What we did was a little bit more sneaky than what Ali did. There's actually a parking lot next door, which is about 6 or 7 stories high. We went up to the 5th or 6th level, and we noticed that there was a bridge, a very narrow bridge, but that bridge had been blocked off. However, that bridge had a roof, so we went on to the next level, and we climbed down onto the roof. Adrian, when he got to it, he was very nimble. He just went, he went straight across, no problem. Very tall guy, good balance, I suppose. Me, I got down on my hands and my knees, and I kind of crawled across like this. I was very afraid. And then Shane came afterwards. At that point, we were only on the 6th or 7th floor, but we all got the impression that if we were to fall, we would die. It was very far down already. But that gave us access to the building. We didn't bribe anyone. We didn't have to go through the main building. We had already gotten into the building. So from this point, we climb. It's super hot. It's like 35, 36 degrees Celsius that day. We're all a little bit high as well. Don't get high if you're going urban exploring. That's my advice. We get to the very top. And even when you get to the very top, it's still not the very top. The top is the 49th floor, but the very top is like the 55th floor. And when you get to the top, you can see these beautiful backgrounds. You can see all of Bangkok in the distance. It's a very beautiful place. When we got up there, we actually could see a little temple area. It kind of looked like a Roman temple. And somebody had spray painted a bee and an arrow pointing into that. So we were very curious about that. You can actually see this little temple area in Ali's video as well. When we went into that, lots of black bees, very big black bees, started to swarm around us. They were swarming around us crazy, and we were very afraid to get bitten. No, not bitten. We were very afraid to get stung because these were big black bees. So what we did, we collected lots of the grass, the dead grass and the logs that were up there, and we set it on fire to kind of smoke them out so they would leave us alone. On the 49th floor, it probably is not there anymore, but there used to be these arms which would stick out. They were like for cleaning the windows, you know, like people descend. Remember, I was a little bit high, a little bit drunk, and Adrian, he hung onto this and he crawled out like this, and then he just like was hanging off this pole. This is 49 floors up. If he fell, he would definitely die. And then I'm watching him from a few meters away. Just watching him makes me feel sick. And then he let go. I was like, ah! And I really started panicking because I thought he might have died. But then I look over the edge and he's standing on the side of the building just like this tiny ledge. He's like got his body glued to it like a gecko. In Ali's video, you can see there's advertising which goes all down the building these days as well. And on that day, it had advertising too. It was for Coca-Cola. And actually, Adrian, he went in and he sprayed. I don't know. I think he just tagged it on the inside. It's probably something like Coca-Cola is shit. Something like that. One thing that I'm not sure was mentioned in Ali's video is that the ghost tower actually used to be squatted by people before everybody was thrown out, and it was still an area where junkies would go to get high. There were lots of needles over the grounds. Something that you notice in Thailand is that Thailand is actually a very dangerous place. Not dangerous in the sense you're going to get beaten up, but very dangerous in terms of things falling on you or falling through the floor, or getting cut. You can see that in Ali's video as well. There's a girl who gets injured going up there. It's a very, very dangerous location. However, it was totally worth it, and that's one of the best urban explorations I've ever done. Since then, I've been back there again, but I wasn't able to get in there the second time, although you can see it in the video in the top right hand corner. Unfortunately, since then, I've learned that Shane, who went with us, he actually died last year. He overdosed, and I was very sad to hear that, because sometimes in life you make friends, or you meet people, and it might just be for a very, very short time, but these people make a very big impact on you. And the impact that Shane had on my life was that he taught me that it was kind of okay to be myself. There's this very dark part inside of me sometimes, and I was a little bit afraid of it, but Shane kind of encouraged me to release that, and climbing up the ghost tower with him and with Adrian really was an opportunity to practice using that. At the time, you can see like I had orange hair as well, like I was on fire. Maybe I was trying to burn away my old personality. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's everything I can tell you about the ghost tower. If you want to go there these days, be very, very careful. It's a very dangerous building, and if you get caught in there, you will get arrested. You do not want to go to a Thai prison. If you've been to the ghost tower, or if you have any questions about it, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget, if you love urban exploration videos with a China twist, be sure to hit like and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to ding, ding, ding that bell for great new videos from Burbex, Brin's Urban Exploration every week. Let's go.